2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're set to go for the opening round of the third major of the season. The U.S. Open is upon us. Good to be with you today. I'm Andrew Catalan, joined by Rich Beam and Luke Elvey. Henny Koyak and John McCarthy are down on the course. We're about to find out who's going to go low today. It's all coming up right here. An exciting day on 2K Sports. Let's go out to the first hole. Well, they can't all be good. Second shot here at 1.
Drawing it in there beautifully.
That's a textbook swing on the approach shot. Now this putt for birdie. Those are so frustrating. The putt goes in, and it's a par to open things up.
That's a rock solid par right there.
Here's a look at the leaderboard, and he is tied for the lead. Teeing off on the par 4 second.
Most players with such a short distance are not going to challenge this hole with the driver. They're going to lay it up with some sort of iron, just have a wedge for their second shot to a green that tilts severely from back to front and all kinds of movement on it. This is a wonderful short par 4.
That's a great position to be in after that approach.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
Big opportunity here, a putt for birdie.
Let's go to our man John on the ground. There's something brewing down there. Let's find out what it is.
Hey guys, we are checking in with Tiger Woods as he gets set for his next shot here on the 18th.
Oh my, are we going to see this go down?
Okay, it was important to see that shot. Let's take a look at the updated leaderboard. Setting up now on the tee of the par 4 third.
Church pews down the left-hand side, and the longer you go into the fairway, the more narrow that fairway gets. So players laying back with something other than driver. Second shot back uphill to a blind green. It's got a runoff area fronting it and a runoff area behind it, making distance control so important. Good stuff.
All right, let's get right back out to the action. Rich, she is so fun to watch week in, week out. Rose Zhang is really taking over the sport.
It's amazing how seamless the transition was from college golf to the professionals, and there is no stopping her right now from what it seems like on the outside looking in. She really is an extraordinary golfer.
Wow, I really like that. The par putt. Things are still looking good for our featured player in first place on the leaderboard.
Oakmont's fourth hole is the first of the long par 5s, and it's a beauty.
Dog leg from left to right. Again, the church pews down the left-hand side, but a little more room off the tee shot for these players. Second shot is a blind shot as the green and the distance is tucked all the way over on the right and falls down. So players that are going for it at 2 cannot see the green. If you lay it up to the top of the hill, you're going to have a wonderful third shot down the hill. Should be easy to get it close.
A perfect little fade. Maybe going for the green, are we? Yeah, this is the stuff we love. Getting after this par 5 in 2.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
This putt back up the hill, moving to the right.
This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
Who doesn't love a birdie putt?
That's very impressive.
Fantastic start right out of the gate.
And after that, he'll move to 2 under for the tournament. The high caliber architectural work here at Oakmont on full display here at the 5th.
Just a fairway metal long iron required off the tee. You want to avoid the bunkers on the left-hand side as best possible. Second shot down the hill to a Redan-style green that works from right to left and front to back. Big bunkers on the left-hand side you want no part of.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up from about 100 yards.
Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
Terrific approach and a chance for a birdie here on the 5th.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
Looking for another birdie here.
Just got to find a little bit more length to that putting stroke. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par. And with that hole behind us, our featured player is currently in first place with Tommy Fleetwood in second. The 6th hole at Oakmont is a high caliber par 3.
Mid to long iron required here to a green that looks so much smaller than it actually is. Not a whole lot of pin placements on this green. Find the center of the green and 2-putt and get out of there.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Starting this one way out to the left. That's disappointing.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
John, have you got a good read on this one?
This one will be diving hard to the right.
Yep, that works. Nicely done.
3 feet to go here to the hole. And as we head to the next tee, our featured player leads by 2.
Over to the par 4 7th hole.
Bunker down the right-hand side could see a lot of action as this fairway does camber from left to right. So be wary of that. Down the left-hand side is where you want to be for your second shot. You get to look down on the green ever so slightly. There is an opening fronting this green so you can chase your second shot in there if you choose to do so.
She's managed to find the green on this approach.
This shot from about 210 yards away.
This one is all over it.
I thought that was going to go in. What a shot, a tap in left for birdie. The putt goes in and the lead continues to grow. And after that hole, our featured player still atop the leaderboard. All right, we're moving along to the action at the 8th.
Difficult tee shot here, straight back up the hill. You got a trench over the left-hand side. It's got some dry grass in it you want no part of. Second shot plays straight back up the hill into the clubhouse. And look at this, squared off green. The back third of it is actually the practice green. This is such a cool feature of this golf course. I love this hole.
That's the way to draw up a nice shot.
There was a game plan there, and that approach was executed nicely. Down to Henny.
This one, guys, he's got around 9 feet.
Putt is underway.
All right, let's walk away with a bogey here. As we move on to the next, he drops to 2 under for the tournament. We've reached the closing hole of the opening 9. It's a par 4.
A tee shot here. The fairway cambers from left to right, kicking the golf ball into the right-hand rough. Hopefully you can find the fairway. But from there, your second shot now goes to a green where the green tilts from right to left. This is a unique design feature and makes this par 4 super challenging.
Looks like about a 170-yard shot required here. This one looks long. That's a good one to build momentum on. Setting up here with a long putt. All right, John, which way is this putt going to go?
This looks like it's going to break to the left.
11 feet to go.
These par putts, they keep around going.
That looked good, but just not enough pace. That putt goes in. It's another bogey. That's 2 in a row now for our featured player.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Was on a good line.
Before we go back to live play, let's take a look at the leaderboard. As we take a look at the leaderboard, our leader is up by 1. And folks, at the end of this first round, he's going to find himself in first place. Not bad, Rich.
It's been absolutely flawless so far. I cannot wait to see what this player produces tomorrow.
Well, that's it for today. On behalf of Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, and our entire crew here at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long. We'll see you next time. .2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're back at Oakmont Country Club for the finale of this year's U.S. Open, where a winner will be crowned. Our final round coverage starts right now. Andrew Catalan back with you. Thanks for joining us today. As we kick off our broadcast window, our featured player is sitting at 2 under par. Time to take you down to the action as we go out to the 10th for the final 9 holes of the U.S. Open. As of now, it doesn't look like anyone will catch him in this final round. Let's pick up the action. That is going to work. Sitting at 1 under. This one looks a little strong. This putt for a birdie. He makes the putt and extends his lead. And after that hole, still in front on the leaderboard. The 11th hole is a par 4.
If you can, you want to favor the left-hand side of this fairway as it's the flattest spot on this fairway. From there, you can make out most of the green, not all of it, as the screen runs pretty good from left to right and back to front. Still difficult to judge the amount of spin you can put on that second shot if you're trying to get it close.
Oh, just leaking ever so slightly. Awesome.
The mission is simple here. He has to get up and down. Five feet remain.
This is huge for momentum. Gotta try and hold this. This for par.
Taking a look at the leaderboard, he's got the lead. An opportunity here with a par 5.
Straight downhill you go. Shorter hitters have to worry about the first section of bunkers on the right-hand side. Longer hitters, the ones on the left. If you can find the happy medium, then you might actually thinking about going for it in 2. However, high stakes ensue. A difficult area to land your second shot when you're laying up. However, this green is not very difficult once you're on it. Not a whole lot of movement here.
Strong play, going for it.
Aggressive play on the par 5, and it pays off.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
The perfect leave. Uphill, right to left.
A birdie would look really nice on the scorecard. The putt goes in, and that cushion is getting wider. After that hole, he still has the top spot on the leaderboard. We've hit hole number 13. It's a par 3.
13. Not a lucky number per se, and this is probably the reason why. This green is heinous. It is painful even when you're on it to try and judge the distance line break of your putts. I have to say, I've played a lot of difficult par 3s in my days. This one ranks right up there with the hardest.
Just too long on that one. 3 feet to the cup. Just an empty feeling when you hit an approach shot like that, Rich, but still come away with a par.
All right, getting into our final stretch. Time to tee off here at the 14th.
This hole has changed dramatically over the years, not design-wise, but how players attack it. It used to be a long iron, find the fairway, and then a short iron second, wedge it on. Now we're seeing players time and time take out driver, challenge it up there, find one of those bunkers surrounding the green, and take their chances from there. Either way you play it, it's short, but it's dangerous.
Really controlled the flight there nicely with that wind.
A birdie putt awaits. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. Here we are on the par 4, 15th hole.
Good news is they give you ample room off this tee. church-style pew bunkers down the left-hand side, fairway cambers from left to right. From there, though, you have a green that sits down below you, but also chases away from you. You can land it short and bounce it on there, but when the pin's all the way back, it forces you to go after it.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader. And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
This for a birdie run.
Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next.
Seemingly an insurmountable lead with just 4 to play. Gotta like his position.
Currently sitting at 4 under par. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. That's nicely done. A chance for a birdie if this goes down. And that should secure the par on this one. Currently at -4 overall.
The 17th hole is a par 4.
Players that lay up to the right-hand side want to make sure they find the fairway, the high spot on the right-hand side, but now they're coming into a green that chases away from them. So they're going to have to put a lot of spin on that golf ball. Players going for the green want to miss the screen out on the left-hand side so they can use the length of the green to their advantage.
Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
This one's moving just a smidge to the left.
That was on a pretty good line, but does not get to the hole. A tap-in birdie. You gotta love it. Our featured player still sits atop the leaderboard. Out to the 18th tee.
Ditch all the way down the left-hand side of this fairway. You want to avoid that bunker on the right at all costs. From there, from the fairway, your second shot goes straight back up the hill to a 2-tiered green. When the pin is in the back, you cannot afford to miss this long. This is uniquely designed green, once again, almost in the shape of a square. This hole right here epitomizes the U.S. Open and all it is. It is just difficult and fair all in one.
Wow, another shot on the green. We've seen that a lot today.
It's amazing to see how good this player is in full flow.
This putt to become U.S. Open champion. Henny, what more can you tell us?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
All right, it's time to end this right here. There it is, a win for the ages.
This player is not good at one thing and one thing only, and that's sharing. Another win by this player.
And Rich, that almost looked easy out there today.
Didn't break a sweat on the way to victory lane. I gotta say, I love it. It was so easy and smooth. It was a work of art.
Well, that'll do it for today. For all of us here at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. Have a great night.